Welcome back. Chef Anthony is back in studio again with us this morning, and we're making one of my favorite dishes. I'm so excited. I've never actually made this myself, just ordered it.
I love this stuff. Where do you go for yours?
I've ate mine in Pittsburgh at the Happy Family there.
Okay. I like the one in Joplin. It's really good.
Well, let's tell everybody what we're making.
So we're going to make pho this morning.
So I've heard people call it pho, and I've heard people call it pho. And pho. Faux pho.
I was told by the person who exposed it to me, she's told me that it was called pho, and she is Vietnamese by culture, so I took to be that would be the correct pronunciation. But
well, and the lovely couple that runs the place in Pittsburgh, they're Vietnamese, and they call it pho, but I'm not sure if they're calling it that because that's what they've heard a lot of Americans call it. So
I think that might be part of it.
Yeah.
So what we have is I have chicken stock right here that's been simmering and getting all nice and hot. Okay. And I have my melted butter here for my veggies that I'm going to add. And I'm adding carrots, and I'm going to add some celery. And of course I'm going to add some peppers because I don't do anything without peppers.
Makes it his goal to make things as spicy as possible and have me try them. Yeah, I know. I've got you figured out by now.
Life goals are important.
Let's see if we can burn Tanya's mouth again this morning. No.
So I'm just going to give this a little toss, get it a little coated with butter, get my carrots to spread out amongst all that green. And I'm going to turn my heat up just a little bit because we're going to saute, which is a little bit of fat and a whole lot of heat. So
what are you using for your fat?
I'm using real butter.
Real butter. Not
that margarine stuff. I'm using real butter because real butter just has more body, more flavor, it's creamier, better all the way around. And then of course just a little bit crushed red pepper, just a little in there. So, and we're gonna do it with pad thai rice noodles.
Okay, and you've already cooked these?
These the ones I buy are already cooked.
Okay.
You throw them in a skillet for 2 minutes with a little bit of fat, and you can toss them and they get this nice little crispiness to them. And they stand up in the soup really well. When I was first served, the noodles went in the bowl. Excuse me, the peppers. The spices are coming up right up into my nose. It's like the exhaust is right here. When I was first served, it was the noodles into the bowl, then the broth was ladled over the top of it, and then they shaved beef right off into it. Now the beef was raw when they did it, and as it fell into it, it started cooking.
Exactly, yeah.
So that by the time it got to me, it was cooked and ready to go. And I've seen it done with shrimp and fish, chicken, just about anything that you want. I was thinking about bringing shrimp in, and then I forgot.
Darn it.
So, but we have these beautiful vegetables from Martinez that are just absolutely gorgeous this morning. I mean, that color, you just cannot beat that color. It's so good.
Okay.
So I'm going to take my vegetables now that they've sauteed just a little bit. I'm going to add them right into my stock. I want them to...
So what all do you have in the stock again?
The stock is just the same carrots, celery, and onions, chicken bones, and water.
Okay.
A little bit of bay leaf, a little bit of thyme, and it's cooked and reduced and then strained off so that all the flavors stay. And voila, you have a beautiful chicken stock. It's got a nice body to it and it holds together really well. So now I'm going to bring this up. I'm going to add just a little bit more fat to it.
AKA real butter.
Real butter. And you can use an oil if you choose. I like butter because butter has more to it.
Okay.
Vegetable oil, olive oil, they have a little bit of flavor to them, and everybody raves about how good they are and how important they are. But if you go to a real good kitchen where people care about what they're doing, yeah, they use more butter than they do oils. And then our noodles right into it.
Okay.
And we're just going to let them simmer just a little bit, just like we're letting our stock simmer with our vegetables.
Is it common to saute the noodles before you add them, or do some folks not have it in there?
I believe, from my understanding, everybody does it just a little bit different. This is the way that I was taught to do it, the way that I've always done it.
Okay.
You can buy dry rice noodles, the real thin bird's nest ones, and they come really nice doing it this way. So just all depends on what your personal preferences is and what you want to use. I like a bigger noodle in mine, so I use these pad thai noodles just for that reason.
They look tasty. Okay, let's go ahead and go to break, and when we come back, we will put our pho together.
Sounds good.
We'll be right back.